Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here, and today I have for you, you don't own digital. I feel like I do this video quite often here, but for some of you wondering what I'm talking about here, recently, if you are a Voodoo Fandango, because Fandango now bought Voodoo, uh, person, it's an online digital place for your movies where you can rent digital movies or buy or purchase, as it were, digital copies of movies, which is what a lot of people do, and that's fine. But I do these videos to let people inform you. Some of you may have saw what I'm about to show. If you haven't, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up for you guys and show you what exactly I'm talking about here. Now, these are not mine. I do not have these. This is not mine. I just found these floating around the interwebs to give you guys examples of what I'm talking about here. But let's go into this. Okay, on this side here, which I'll make bigger here for it. This was previously on the Vudu app or whatever you use to watch Vudu. It said you own UHD. So whoever had this supposedly thought they owned Wonder Woman, right? However, as of now, if you go into your Vudu Fandango digital library and you go down to it, once again, this is not mine. It says you have 4K UHD. It doesn't say you own it. It says you have it. Why is this a thing? Because like I've said a million times on here, you will never, ever own a digital copy of anything. Now, if I'm honest, this may have something to do with this law that went into effect from California. It says California's new law forces digital stores to admit you're just licensing content, not buying it. Digital storefronts won't be able to use words like buy or purchase unless they make the disclosure. Now, I still think that I've seen where they say buy or purchase here lately on digital things. I'm not too sure. You guys have to fill me in on that. I don't really do a lot of digital at all or streaming. I must prefer physical. Now, why am I bringing this up once again and saying that you don't own digital and all that and showing you all this? Because I saw this floating around and a lot of people were getting very upset over this. They're saying, "What? I don't like this. This is what I've been talking about." Because like I'm noticing more and more people who are not within the physical digital media entertainment space, starting to get really fed up with what's going on with digital and even physical in general, because now we also have LG who has discontinued making a Blu-ray player, which I know a lot of people are very upset over that. Once again, I don't think that's a nail in the death of physical media, but I do think it is another chip at at physical media. But I mean, there's still people still making Blu-rays and 4K players. It's just coming less and less. And the sad part about all this is that if you really truly just want to own something, this is what I've always said. I always feel like if you really truly want to own something, I'm not trying to get you guys to go out there and buy 1,000. I say this a million times. I say this so much times. I'm not trying to get you guys to go out there and be a collector and buy thousands and thousands of millions and millions of movies and pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for movies, CDs, books, comic books, whatever. But what I really want people to do, and what I hope people come away with when they watch my videos or my channels when I talk about physical and digital media, is that you at least buy a physical copy of your favorites, because you will never own digital. This is something I did not ever dream of happening when we got to the future. Yeah, it sounds fun, right? Everything's up on the computer, everything at the push of a button, you can have everything. Yes, you can even go online and download all these illegally, pirate them. Yes, it's all right there. But do you really just, to me, I love that sense of physical, having it in my hands. Like an actual VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, a book, a comic book, the paper, the plastic, the artwork, the music, the CD, the vinyl. I love that feeling. I love knowing that it is mine and I can have it whenever I want, as long as I take good care of it. And with all this going on with the digital and physical media, it's just so much in there. I can see why so many people say physical media is dying or is dead. I don't believe that. Do I believe it can get in a rush shape? Yeah, but I also did see that the sales of physical media only dropped 2% so far this year. That's less than last year. It only dropped 2% this year, which means physical media is still doing very well. It's just everybody that controls the physical media or the entertainment or whatever you want to call it have put ever so much money into digital and streaming and everything, that's where they want to focus all their time, and they've closed down all the disc pressing places, that whatever. But also at the same time, you can see they're still releasing like special edition DVDs or 4Ks or steelbooks, or now they're putting VHS tapes back out again. So they know physical media is valuable and people will pay for it. It's just they can't admit that some of their strategy towards the digital and streaming is failing. And I see it with more and more people. Like I was saying, more and more people every day that they're getting fed up with this whole digital thing. With like now I don't own, I have, and like we just recently talked here about uh 28 days later and 28 weeks later. 28 weeks later, by the way, I want to correct from my last video, is streaming on Hulu. A bunch of people pointed that out. It's 28 days later that's not been able to stream or available digitally anywhere since its release. And the physical of it is out of print, so it's very hard to find. And if you do find it, they people scalping it when charge you 60, 70, 80, 100 bucks for it, But the good news on that front is if you want to own it physically, a new physical release of 28 days later is coming out. More than likely a 4K to coincide with the 28 years later movie. Also, if you do want to do digital and streaming, it is coming to digital, I believe Wednesday, December, what is today's day? I don't know. But Wednesday, possibly this Wednesday or next Wednesday in December of 2024, as in the making of this video, it's coming to digital where you can either prolong rent it, which means pay like 20 bucks or whatever they're going to charge you to rent it for however long it will stay on the digital platform, or like $4 or $5 to rent it for a couple of days. Because like you will never earn digital. You will only have a prolonged rental because digital is not yours for the keeping. And I understand if you do digital, if you do streaming, and I know in some cases some stuff is not available on a physical hard copy that you can get hold your hands on, and I understand that. I understand if you do it and everything. I've never wanted to knock anybody for doing digital streaming, but to me, if I'm going to spend my money on something that I like and I want to see and I want to own, I want to own it physically. Can that be hard in today's day and age? Yes, that can be very hard in today's day and age. But I do my best to buy and own what I like, and that's all I'm asking people out there to do. Do your research. Make sure if you're going to buy something that it's actually yours. Yes, you can download digital files online, pirate them or whatever you want to do, and you can say that's ownership. And you know what that is? You'll have it forever on your computer. Nobody will take that from you. But to me, I would much rather just have that physical copy because I know it's there. It's on my shelf. If I want it, I can get it, right? I can watch it whenever, however I want. I don't have to say, you know what, I don't own that. I just have that. And then somebody can take it from me. I own it. It's mine. I may not own the actual license of the movie. Once again, some people always get uppity about this too. It's like, I may not own the actual license of the movie. I may not actually own the actual movie, but you know what? I own a physical copy of the movie that I can put into my players, my VCRs, whatever, whenever and however I want. I can read my books. I can listen to my CDs. I can do that because they're mine. I own them. And I'm glad to have them physically. And I just say, this is what I've always wanted to tell people. Please, please. Yes, I know there's tons of videos. There's collectors online that telling you to buy this. And if you don't want 4K, you don't have to get 4K. If you don't want Blu-ray, you don't have to go Blu-ray. If you just want DVD or CD or something like that, please just buy your favorites on a physical copy, book, comic book, whatever. Your favorites. You don't have to pile your house up in shelves after shelves. Just get your favorites because you will never, ever own digital. And as we see, people are starting to get fed up with all this whole digital streaming bullcrap and just want to organize. I think it really just needs to be organized where you can have streaming, digital, and physical all together, working together. Because there's so many people that just collect physical that are being left out of a streaming because streaming won't put anything on physical. There's so many people being left out on streaming and digital, not being able to get physical stuff that they want because they gave it all up and then regretted it. So I want to know your guys' thoughts and comments on this in the comment section down below. And if you liked what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing and hitting that bell for notification. That would be awesome if I earn you guys' subscriptions, or possibly share the video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member because that would help out my channel immensely. Thank you and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all of your support. To everybody watching, whether you liked me, hated me, or liked this video, or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media because it truly, truly is the superior format. Godspeed.